Some time ago, I saw someone made a giant beetle as a vase for flowers to hang on the wall, and I don't need a vase, but I sure need a giant bug. I was thinking about this one for some time, and I wanted to make a bug that I can spot in my own garden and that are colorful. We do have in Poland a lot of colorful insects, but I was thinking of those three, and I eventually chose this one, stripy, black and red. I don't know its name in English, but in Polish is strojnica baldaszkówka. And you can spot this one hanging around on wild carrot flowers. And I will be making this out of foam clay because I have a lot of foam clay that is getting old and hard in packaging, so I need to use it very quickly. So yeah, foam clay it is. Let's go. First, I made some drawings so I can base on them without involving my phone or computer because they are busy when I am recording. Then I made a paper template, just a body shape of my insect. I need something light as a base, and I found this thin styrofoam in my stash, so I made a bug shape out of it. To give it some more dimension, I used aluminum foil and glued it with some hot glue. I was worried that hot glue will melt styrofoam, but it didn't. It holds very well. With a spell, I mixed up many colors of cheap foam clay to get one solid color and started to cover the thorax. I made one side and waited until it was dry, and then made other side. This way soft clay will not be damaged by laying on my desk. And I am trying to make this shape as close as possible, but I am not very good at sculpting. But it's fine for me, it's all about fun and getting some quality time. This is my quality time, alone time. After making one side, I covered rest of the foam with plastic wrap and tried to give my insect some texture with those cheap tools from Chinese website, and I got pissed because they are useless. They have these super tiny stripes from 3D printing and they break very easily. So I made my own, just 3 that I am using most frequently. I used wooden chopsticks and polymer clay. First I made one with a lot of indents made with different sizes of ball sculpting tools. Then I made one with small balls. I hope that they won't fall off. And the last one I made by sculpting texture like stones. When it's used on clay, I hope to get something like veins. And after baking my new tools, I can proceed with making abdomen of my insect. Next, I made head with beady eyes, then those flat surfaces on sides of a thorax, and last thing was adding 6 rolls of clay where legs will go. When I finished, but before I left it to dry, I thought that those flat surfaces was too big, so I cut them with scissors, shaped again, and then left overnight to dry. So this is a day 2. My bug is looking like this. I think that this shape is pretty nice, but I did something that I want to change. So I have this left, and I will rip this off, and I will make legs out of wire and some polymer clay, and I will attach them to this aluminum foil inside. And then I will cover this joint with more clay. And this is the plan for today, because I have only like 2 hours left for this. So let's get into it. I want to use this thick wire. It's covered in some rubber, and I don't think that polymer clay will stick to it nicely, so I am wrapping it with thin metal wire. Now they are ready to cover with clay. I am looking at my drawings all the time and creating a thigh, knee with small ball of clay, and a calf. I am leaving a few millimeters gap between every element because I want legs to be able to move. I baked it all before making feet because they are more complicated and I didn't want to crush calves with my fingers. Now they are hard, so I can proceed with my work. First I made a roll of clay and cut into small similar pieces. Then I took a piece, split in half and made 2 fingers around the wire ending. Next I took one whole piece, rolled it and wrapped around wire under those fingers and smoothed with a sculpting tool so it would become one foot segment. Then I used whole pieces, rolled a bit, wrapped around the wire, and gently flattening on one end to get this shape. With some magic, it's done in a second. Now I will glue the legs into the inside layer of aluminum foil and cover the joints with leftover clay. Graphosoma lineatum, it's this creature's Latin name. Maybe you can find out if it lives near you and let me know in the comments, because I am very curious. And tell me, what is an English name for this bug? I don't trust Google Translate with animal, plant or mushroom names. Hi. So, I made those legs, and I wanted to start painting today, but I remember that this bug has kind of a suction tube and antennae, antennae. I checked and it's antennae. But first I made a suction tube with common wire and a piece of polymer clay. You can't see this right now, but before baking up I poked this wire through polymer clay, so I got this sharp end to stick into foam clay and glue to Bug's head.
And dried up all the rain.
Antennae was made with the same technique that I made feet. First I made a roll of clay cut into similar small pieces, then took a bigger chunk and made antenna tip. Then I was rolling every small piece, wrapping around wire, squishing one end to get this, I don't know, water drop shape. And continued almost to the end. I left space to put it into the foam and the glue. I guess it's time for painting. I am looking at the reference and my drawings and trying to make this as real as possible. I made it red first because it's easier to get black, really black on red than red on black. After painting, I gave it a coat of glossy varnish, and it's time for the final reveal. I invite you to meet my BUGZILLA. So, what do you think of my BUGZILLA? Honestly, I love it and I want to make a whole collection of this. And when I finished, I just wanted to reverse time and make something more fantasy or a mutant bug, something combined like a beetle and a hedgehog or something. But in the same time, I would like to make a collection of real bugs that I can spot in my own garden. In Poland, we have a lot of interesting, colorful insects. So I will add this to my to-do list and I will definitely make more because I love small things giant and big things small. So yeah, and I love insects. Most of them. So if you like crafting content like this, please subscribe, give me a thumbs up, maybe leave us some comment. It would really help me to improve my channel. Thank you for watching this video to the end and see you in the next one. Bye!